Hello friends, let's discuss current affairs, and today's first question is about the Gandhi Peace Prize, the winner of the Gandhi Peace Prize for 2021, which was awarded recently. And the prize, went to the Gita Press. Gita Press is a printing press based in Gorakhpur. Why don't we write a bit about the about Gita Press, not the prize itself, but the Gita Press. So I would want you to write this. It was started by Gita Press was started by two persons, Jay Dayal Goenka, and Ghanshyam Das. Try to write what we write, we tend to remember better. This was started, as you can see here, 1923 in Gorakhpur, which is a prominent city in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, now the basic idea behind setting this up, this particular printing press up, was this publishing company was to propagate, to preserve, propagate the principles of Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma has no particular, see, Sanatana means eternal. It means eternal, and Dharma is a word that has no particular meaning. I mean, it is way too wide. The Sanskrit word Dharma is too wide for any English word to capture. Some would say it's a law, some would say it's conduct, code of conduct, some would say it's religion, someone would say it's order. So it's actually much more than any one of them. So it's a combination of all of them. So dharma, you could say in some sense, something that's order, something that's a code of conduct and all. So eternal order, Sanatana Dharma, ancient belief, ancient religion kind of thing. So the idea behind setting this publishing house was to propagate, preserve and propagate the ideas of Sanatana Dharma. And it's famous for having published about 73 crore books. 73 crore books, my friends. Main publications would be the Bhagavad Gita, Ramcharitammanas, you have Valmiki's Ramayana. They have a huge library which encompasses works of all works in all languages, especially the religious scriptures, relating to Sanatana Dharma in India. Because see, some aspects of Sanatana Dharma were also, could also be found in Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand. Certain practices that were related to Hinduism. Though Hinduism is a new word that was coined in sometime in the 19th century by Raja Ram Mohan Roy. If you look at Cambodia, the name Cambodia, you have temples like Angkor Wat, which are dedicated to Bhagwan Vishnu. So there are plenty of places where you could find Sanatana Dharma. But the main exposition, of course, is and the way it's practiced is main practitioners are in our country. And of course, there are two more publications apart from the fact that it has published a lot of books, scriptures, printed a lot of scriptures and all. It's there. It has two magazines. One is what is called Kalyan. Kalyan is a monthly magazine, I think. It's a Hindi magazine. And then there is Kalyan Kalpataru. Kalyan Kalpataru, which is an English magazine. Okay, so that's a bit about the Gita Press, winner of the Gandhi Peace Prize for 2021. It's propagated peace, as envisioned by Mahatma Gandhi. One of Mahatma Gandhi's favorite books was the Bhagavad Gita, and this particular organization has deeply popularized the Bhagavad Gita and brought in versions that are easy to understand for the common person. In which city was the inaugural edition of it was India's first ever women's Kabaddi League hosted. WKL was hosted in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Now, a bit about this. it is the winner was Uma. Is it yeah, Calcutta team. No, Kolkata, Uma Kolkata winner. Runner-up was Punjab Panthers. Punjab Panthers. I read it here. Punjab Panthers. Fair. So, not much to discuss here actually, but Riyadh is the capital of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Now there are two places. If you just write Saudi Arabia, it could be misconstrued as South Africa. So to differentiate between South Africa and Saudi Arabia, geographers, political geographers, they write two different terms. One is RSA, other is KSA. KSA is the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia because it's an absolute monarchy, whereas the Republic of South Africa is a republic in the sense that it has an elected head of state. So a republic is a system in which the head of the state is an elected representative. India is a republic because we have an elected head of state, that's the president of India, whereas Saudi Arabia has an elected, has a monarch, and a monarch comes to the office by way of inheritance. Doha is the capital of Qatar. Okay, I guess. Yeah, we could write a little more because I'm tuned to giving you more. Yeah. So you have Riyadh. It is going to host the 2034 Asian Games. Qatar 2030 Asian Games. As you know, last year Qatar hosted the World Cup Football Championship as well. Men's FIFA World Cup Football Championship. The UN General Assembly adopted a draft resolution introduced by India to establish a memorial wall in the United Nations headquarters to honor fallen peacekeepers. See, more than 6,000 peacekeepers have died. Around 6,000 peacekeepers have died, and the maximum number of persons who have died come from India. Yeah. So the UN peacekeeping force, just let me tell you, the UN peacekeeping force is called Blue Helmets. You could write UN peacekeeping. That's the name of the organization. UN peacekeeping. Okay. Nicknamed Blue Helmets. Next. Established 1945. UN peacekeeping established 1945. Next. It's headed by a Deputy Secretary General and Under Secretary General, who's currently it is Jean-Pierre Lacroix. Jean-Pierre Lacroix. Okay. Of France, of course. He's from France. Jean-Pierre Lacroix. And historically, the biggest contributor to the United Nations peacekeeping force has been Bangladesh. They have contributed nearly 6K forces. The highest contributor is Bangladesh. Second is India. Third is Nepal. So top three: Bangladesh, India, Nepal. Contributors to UN peacekeeping. Well, that's it. And you know what? Since we mentioned United Nations General Assembly, let's also bring in something more. India's permanent representative to the UN. You could write this. India's permanent representative to the UN, called permanent ambassador to the UN or permanent representative, is Ruchira Kamboj. Ruchira Kamboj. Which city hosted the summit for a new global financing pact? Paris. Now, what is this new global financing pact? Why was there need? See, this was, you could write this, sponsored by India, France, and the island nation of Barbados. This is in the past, in the Atlantic Ocean, the Caribbean Sea. You could call, it's a part of what you call the West Indies. So India, France, and Barbados sponsored the summit that was held in Paris, and the idea behind this, without talking much about it, the idea behind this is to establish a financing system, a finance fund basically, that would help tackle climate change, negative consequences of climate change, a loss of biodiversity and all. So the idea is to, on the positive side, create a fund to fight climate change, to build, to preserve and protect, biodiversity. By the way, do you know anything of this? I just tell you, Berlin. Berlin is it's the capital of Germany. I want to tell you that the main airport here is called Brandenburg. Why I have mentioned this is a newly, it was opened last year, Brandenburg Airport. Berlin's airport is called Brandenburg, and I don't know why I'm talking of airports, but it's good to have information other than, the presidents, the leaders, the capital, the currency, and something else. Yeah. So this is the president. The airport here is called Charles de Gaulle, ex-president, named after the ex-president of France. JFK Airport is in New York. JFK. London has a lot of airports. Major airport would be Heathrow. Brussels, it's called Brussels International Airport. Yeah. As part of mango diplomacy, which countries' leaders sent mangoes to India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, President Draupadi Murmu, and Congress leader Sonia Gandhi. Sheikh Hasina. Sheikh Hasina is the Prime Minister of Bangladesh. PM of Bangladesh. I'll come to mango in a while. Prayut Chan-o-cha is the PM of Thailand. Shehbaz Sharif, Pakistan. Ibrahim Mohammed Solih is the President of Maldives. Dinesh Gunawardena is the President of Sri Lanka. Okay. Sorry, he's the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka. This is PM. French. Okay, guys. Yeah. Now, mango. India's national fruit is mango. Mango is India's national fruit. India. What about Bangladesh? It's a national tree of, the mango tree is the national tree of Bangladesh. Yes. And one more thing, which is the world's largest producer of mangoes? India. 45% of global production of mangoes is in India, comes from India. 45%. So, do we export more? A lot? No, not really. Barely 1% of international trade in mango involves India. Why? Because we consume everything within India itself. Indians love mangoes, of course. Who doesn't love mango? Oh, I'm sure that you also love mango. Yeah. So the top producer of mango is number 1 is India, number 2 is Indonesia, number 3 is China. 2 is Indonesia, 3 is China. Okay. Between which two nations is a historic Ashes Test Series begin in June 2023. Ashes is a tournament that's always been played since 1882 between England and Australia. Now, why this term? Is this the official name? No, it's not the official name. There is no official name called Ashes. But let me tell you, this is not even the official Ashes trophy. But this term Ashes comes from in 1882. In 1882, Australia beat England in England. That was unheard. That was major thing, friends. So Australia beat England in England itself. So in the English newspaper, someone wrote an obit. Obit is obituary. It is written when someone dies. Okay, in honor of that person, in to remember that person, generally good things about the person. An obit is written. So someone wrote an obit about English cricket. After Australia beat England, the obit read like England cricket has died. The exact words. England cricket has died, and that the body will be cremated and ashes taken to Australia. To repeat, England cricket had died, and that the body will be cremated and the ashes taken to Australia. Whose ashes? English team's ashes. Okay, English cricket's ashes. So someone said, okay, they burnt a cricket ball. They burnt a cricket ball, and they put the ashes of the cricket ball, the soup basically, what's left over the cricket ball. They put it in this urn, what you see on the screen there. Yeah, they put it in the small cup and they turn into a trophy. So that's how the story goes. Between Australia and England, 72 series have been held. 72 Ashes series have been held. 72, of which 34 have been won by Australia. 34 have been won by Australia. 32 England. So let me write just the numbers. 74 series, of which 34 Australia and 32 England. Okay. Between India and Australia, there is a series called India and Australia. It's called the Border Gavaskar series. India and Australia. Yes, Border Gavaskar series. Okay. Which state celebrated a 3-day festival named Raja Parva, that means worshipping Mother Earth? Odisha. Now I read a story, I didn't know much about this, so I read a story on Wikipedia, of course. See, if I don't know about things that are part of the question, I try to learn. The Ashes story I've learned ages back. I learned ages back while I was preparing for a school quiz. Okay. Now, as far as this particular festival is concerned, I had no clue about it. So I learned about it. And what I learned was this. Raja Parva or Raja Prabha is also called Mithuna Sankranti. Mithuna Sankranti. It's a 3-day celebration of womanhood. It is believed. Look, all beliefs have multiple versions. Just like the absolute has multiple names, various names, and different people follow different paths. Similarly, stories like this that are local to some places have different versions, have different interpretations. And what you may hear, what you may know about this may be quite different from what I'm going to share with you. So it's just one interpretation. Okay guys, I don't claim to be an expert, but I claim to be a reader. I claim to be a learner. And as your teacher, I want you to learn. You don't need to be an expert, you need to be informed. Maybe 2 different interpretations, maybe 3, but start with one. Okay? Now, to take it further, during this period, generally in June, during this period, Goddess Earth, Bhudevi, who is also the divine spouse of Bhagavan Vishnu, undergoes menstruation. And in Sanskrit, the word for menstruation is Rajas, I think, or Rajas. I don't know how to pronounce this. R-A-J-A-S. So the idea is that a woman is menstruating. She is called Rajaswala or Rajaswala in this part of the world. Okay. On the 4th day, she takes a bath, and that's called Vasumati Snana. It's so much fun to learn about our culture. Yeah. Someone might say you're wrong, you don't know this. It's an interpretation. Yeah. It's always good to learn. Maybe correct ourselves with a little more reading if we are incorrect, but learning is fun. So on the fourth day, there is Vasumati Snan. This is how usually in most parts of the world, menstruation is celebrated as a great sign of fertility. In tribal cultures across Africa, the first menses of a child, of a girl, of a woman, when she has her first menses, it's called menarche. It is the menses is spread across fields, invoking nature, bless the soil with fertility. It's an amazing tribute to womanhood. Yeah. Now, today it has this particular festival has come to be an agricultural holiday festival. It's because it's associated with fertility. Okay. I mean, there are different versions, of course, as I mentioned earlier, but I want you to learn. It's a good thing to learn. Yeah, it's a good thing. It's always a good thing to learn. No one can take away your learning. That's the best part, my friends. People may take away your wealth. You may lose your wealth. You may lose your your clothes. You may lose your material goods, other material goods. But no one can take away what you learn. Even this may go away, but what's inside may not go away. This city hosted an event called Women 20 Summit with the theme Women-led Development, Transform, Thrive and Transcend. Well, Mahabalipuram, the most beautiful small town of Mahabalipuram near Chennai, south of Chennai. This is where the Women not T20, Women 20 Summit happened. This is a part of India's G20 presidency. Okay. And Mahabalipuram, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Mahabalipuram is famous for the Shore Temple. I can tell you it's one of the most beautiful temples in India. In fact, there is a group of 7 temples there. Yeah. And then you will also find a large relief, it's called, chiseled basically, on a big wall. And it's not exactly a wall basically. It's just huge stones. There you will find 2 things. On one side, Arjuna's penance, the Paschatap of Arjuna, and then the descent of Ganga, the coming down of Ganga from the heavens to the earth. You should see. Maybe in the next class I'll bring this back in and I'll actually show you the photographs, of these 2. In fact, I had taken photographs. I recently visited this place. I've been to this place I think 3 times. Yeah, it's fun. It's a nice place. I mean, the kind of skill the sculptors had, it's amazing, my friends. Attention to detail and all that. Okay, anyway, let me tell you a bit about this. In Kochi, some organization I can tell you. I don't want to leave this out. Naval, you will find the Naval Physical and Oceanographic Laboratory. In Kochi, you will find a DRDO lab named Naval NAVL Physical and Oceanographic Laboratory. In Pune, you will find the National Film Archives of India. The National Film Archives of India. In Bengaluru, you will find the Raman Research Institute. Raman Research Institute. This was founded by Chandrasekhara Venkataraman, the Indian Physics Nobel laureate. Named the Grammy Award-winning Indian-American singer with whom Prime Minister Narendra Modi collaborated for a special song named Abundance in Millets to promote the benefits of millets and their potential to alleviate world hunger. Well, hunger is widespread. You will find it in different parts of the world, but there is this increasing idea that things could change things could change provided we, instead of cultivating rice and wheat, we move to millets. Most types of millets can be grown in various kinds of soils, local soils, and a millet crop would mean hunger could be, the incidence of hunger could be lowered. Okay, so Falguni Shah plus her husband, Gaurav Shah. Falguni Shah, Gaurav Shah, and Prime Minister Modi co-wrote this song. And why did they focus on this? This is the International Year of Millets. The International Year of Millets. Okay. The idea behind the song is to promote millet farming and end global hunger. Yeah. So, I found this interesting. So the following was conferred with the title with the Governor of the Year 2023 for at the Central Banking Awards in London. Shaktikanta Das. 2 awards were given. One is Governor of the Year. The other was the National Central Bank of the Year. Central Bank of the Year went to the National Bank of Ukraine. National Bank of Ukraine. But the Governor of the Year was our own Shaktikanta Das, our own RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das. See, why was he given? His award citation said that he cemented critical reforms, overseen world-leading payments innovation, digital payments. India is a world leader in digital payments. 45% of all digital payments happen in India. And steered India through difficult times with a steady hand and well-crafted turn of phrase. See, while the American, Federal Reserve's chairperson, Jerome Powell, the Bank of England, the U.S. Federal Reserve, the Bank of England, Bank of Japan, all these big, central banks, major central banks, they discounted inflation. They said, no, inflation is going to be transitory. It will come and go very soon. It will last for a short time. Our RBI governor did not believe in that. He was proactive. His MPC, Monetary Policy Committee, was proactive. They ensured that inflation would not go out of hand in India, and it didn't, because of the proactive measures taken by the Monetary Policy Committee led by Governor Shaktikanta Das. Okay, so you see this. Look at choice 1. Andrew Bailey is the Governor of the Bank of England. That's the Central Bank of Britain. Jerome Powell, choice 4, is Governor of the US Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve is American Central Bank. These are the names of the central banks and the leaders of the central banks. Shaktikanta Das is not an economist. He is not he's more of a, he's an administrator basically. But he's done a fabulous job, because maybe he didn't come in with the baggage that, look, I'm an economist, so I got to do this and that. Yeah, an open mind can change a lot of good things, my friends. Which Indian corporate entities NGO partnered with the National Cooperative Union of India to train over 5,000 women, youth and artisans from marginalized communities? Especially economically, people who are, who do not have a steady source of income, whose quality of life is shaky, whose standard of life is shaky. So if people are trained, people are, made skilled, skill can help them get a job, and job would bring in income would bring in a better quality of life. That's the idea. Okay. So HCL Foundation. HCL is Hindustan Computers Limited. This is a company that was started by Shiv Nadar. He is still its executive chairman emeritus, Shiv Nadar. Its current CEO is C. Vijay Kumar. C. Vijay Kumar as one word. Vijay Kumar is one word. C. Vijay Kumar. So Shiv Nadar is also called the father of India's IT hardware industry. or father of India's computer industry. He started Hindustan Computers Limited selling computers in India when no one had an idea what a computer could do, what a computer looked like actually. Okay, so Shiv Nadar, father of India's computer industry. Reliance, Mukesh Dhirubhai Ambani, Mukesh Dheeraj Lal Hirachand Ambani. No, Mukesh Dheeraj Lal Ambani. His father's name was Dheeraj Lal. Infosys CEO is Salil Parekh. Wipro's CEO is Thierry Delaporte. Adani, Gautam Adani. Gautam Adani. The first ever national conference of tribal writers was held in Jammu and Kashmir. It was held in, at Jammu University. Jammu University. Jammu University has an outside campus called Bhadarwa campus. It was held there. So you could simply say Jammu University. Jammu University. What is the idea? The idea is to safeguard tribal literature and encourage Adivasi writers. That's a very good term to use, Adivasi. Yeah, the indigenous people, the people who are the natives of this land. Encourage Adivasi literature, writers to showcase their culture, their great culture, their unique culture through their writings. So that's the idea. One, to preserve, tribal literature, and two, to encourage Adivasi writers, to showcase their unique culture through their writings. Okay, who is a Union Tribal Minister? I think it's Arjun Munda. Arjun Munda. I think it's Arjun Munda. I just mentioned the name, so it is Arjun Munda. Yeah. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. Okay. With state bagged the first place in the best state category for its excellent work in conservation, promotion, and management of water resources at the 4th National Awards 2022. You could simply write this: 4th National Water Awards 2022. So, best state, Madhya Pradesh. Okay, we'll write 3 more categories. Best urban local body, Chandigarh. Best urban local body, Chandigarh. Best NGO, non-governmental organization, Arpan Seva Sansthan, Udaipur, Rajasthan. Then best CSR activities, HCL Group. HCL Technologies, but just write HCL Group. Best corporate social responsibility activities to conserve water, in conservation, promotion, and management of water resources, HCL Group. I guess we've written everything there, man. SpaceX launched a communications satellite named Satria-1 into orbit from Florida, United States. Satria-1 belongs to Indonesia. Okay, I just want to tell you about SpaceX. SpaceX is space exploration. X stands for exploration. Okay, space exploration. This is a company that was started by 2 persons. One is Elon Musk, and second is Tom Mueller. Tom Mueller. Where is it headquartered? Its global head office is in a place called Hawthorne, England. Sorry, California, United States. Why don't I tell you about the names of the leaders of these places? Usually I do. Today, in most cases I did not. But anyway, Indonesia. Indonesia's president is Joko Widodo. Indonesia's capital is Jakarta. For now, it's Jakarta. And you should know, my friends, that it's this one will most likely next year Nusantara. I'll clear this entire thing. So the capital currently is Jakarta because Jakarta is sinking. It is going to be changed to Nusantara. Nusantara is on the island of Kalimantan, in the province of Kalimantan on the island of Borneo. Anyway, just write this. Nusantara, new capital, inaugurated most likely in August next year. Malaysia. Malaysia's Prime Minister is Anwar Ibrahim. Anwar Ibrahim. It has two capitals. One is Putrajaya. Putrajaya. The second is Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur. Okay. Kuala Lumpur. That's Malaysia. Ireland. The Republic of Ireland is run from the capital Dublin. And they don't have the position of a prime minister, but they have a local title called Taoiseach. It is Leo Varadkar. His parents are of Indian origin. His father, I guess. Leo Varadkar. Leo Varadkar is a prime minister of the Republic of Ireland. Nigeria has a new president. His name is Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu. And the capital of this place is what is it? Abuja. Abuja. Let me clear this. Philippines, Manila. That's the capital. And the president is Marcos Bongbong. Yes, it is. That's the right spelling. Junior. Marcos Bongbong Jr. To which country did India recently gift its indigenously in-service missile corvette? Corvette is the smallest kind of ship in, fighter class naval ships. INS Indian naval ship Kirpan to enhance that country's naval capabilities. This is Vietnam. See, this is Vietnam. Okay. Why did India gift a battleship to Vietnam? Because of its care of China. China claims this entire area. This entire thing is claimed by China as its own. And I'm not kidding. That's what China says. This entire thing is claimed. In fact, it claims this also, but I'm talking the South China Sea. So, some other day we could discuss this. That's my favorite area, China. But anyway, so enemy is always a friend. Yeah. A friend's enemy is an enemy. Your friend's enemy is your enemy, isn't it? So here, India has gifted to Vietnam because Vietnam is a friend. Now, why is Vietnam a friend? Yeah. Because China is its enemy. So, enemy's enemy is our friend, isn't it? Yeah. That's how it is. Now, the capitals are mentioned in the map here. Hanoi is the capital of Vietnam. But you could write the name of the leader here. The president is Vo Van Thuong. It's the right spelling, okay? Vo Van Thuong is the president of Vietnam. This is Cambodia. Oh my god, it's a pretty dangerous place. I mean, the same guy has been prime minister, though it's a constitutional monarchy. Hun Sen has been the prime minister since 1984, I think. People who stand against him simply disappear. Taiwan, this is Taiwan, the tiny country of Taiwan. Taiwan's president is Tsai Ing-wen. Sri Lanka, I think we mentioned the name of the Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardene. Ranil Wickremesinghe. Ranil Wickremesinghe. Myanmar, this is Myanmar. Myanmar is also called Burma. The capital, as you can see here, oh, it's not, it's an old map, man. It's not Rangoon, it's Yangon. I took an old map. Anyway, the capital is Naypyidaw. That's the capital. And the ruler is Min Liang Ong. You don't have to remember all these names, but remember Myanmar for M, Myanmar, Min for M. He's a military dictator. He's a military dictator. Yeah. This is Indonesia. I was talking about Nusantara. This is the island of Borneo. This entire thing is, you see here, this is the island of Borneo. And on this island you will find three countries. The northern part is yellow, is Malaysia. This is Malaysia. Okay, this is Indonesia, southern part. Within this northern part you will find this tiny country here. You can see this. Yeah, this is Brunei. BRUNEI. Now here you will find Nusantara, Indonesia. Yeah, this area in Indonesia, this Indonesian part of the island of Borneo is called Kalimantan. Kalimantan. And on the island of Kalimantan, a new city is being built, new planned city, capital city is being built for Indonesia. Because this Jakarta is sinking, it's going down. The Indian Army contingent participated in the multinational peacekeeping joint exercise named Ek Khan Quest 2023, which was held in Mongolia. This is Mongolia. How big is Mongolia? I'll just give you an idea. It is 15 lakh square kilometer big. 15 lakh square kilometers make it the second biggest landlocked country. What is a landlocked country? A landlocked country is one which does not have access to the sea. Okay, see this Mongolia? It has no access to the sea. This Mongolian green. Okay. Now, to tell you a little more here, the biggest landlocked country in the world is Kazakhstan. Right? Kazakhstan. Just to give you an idea, we have had another exercise with Mongolia. In the past, it was called Nomadic Elephant. Nomadic Elephant. So two exercises with Mongolia. Exercise Conquest. I'm so sorry. Conquest, exercise Conquest, and Nomadic Elephant. Now, one more thing. It is the second biggest landlocked country in the world. Its capital is Ulaanbaatar. Ulaanbaatar. Okay, and you could write Kazakhstan. The capital is Astana. 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 The president's name is Jomart Kasim Tokayev. You don't really require. There are too much of stuff we have written this year, today. A lot more to come anyway. So please, let's just focus on simple things here. World's biggest landlocked country. It is 27 lakh square kilometer big. World's biggest landlocked country. Now this is the Caspian Sea, so you don't look at this. Okay, this water body here. Tajikistan is here. This is Tajikistan. Dushanbe is the capital. The president is Imam Ali Rahman. Bangladesh. This is Bangladesh. Dhaka is the capital. Okay. Afghanistan. Afghanistan's capital is Kabul. Kabul. Okay. I'll share my favorite bad joke with you. This is a Gobi Desert in China, in Mongolia. Gobi Desert. It's a cold desert, very cold place, but sandy. This area in China is called Manchuria. So this is Gobi Manchuria. I know you have a wicked smile, but this is really bad joke. I know this is a really bad one. A senior Indian Police Service officer Ravi Sinha was appointed the director of India's External Intelligence Agency, RAW, which stands for Research and Analysis Wing. Research and Analysis Wing. This was started in 1968. You could write this 1968. It's a very secretive body. It has the Parliament of India has no oversight over it. The head of it, this organization, this guy will be called Secretary R. That's it. R stands for RAW. Sorry, guys. He succeeded Samant Goyal. Samant Goyal. Okay. That's about it. You know what's this India's external spy agency? What is India's internal spy agency? India's internal spy agency is IB, Intelligence Bureau. Okay. Pakistan's external spy agency would be Pakistan ISI, Inter Services Intelligence. Inter Services Intelligence. America CIA, U.S. CIA. UK MI6, Military Intelligence 6. Israel Mossad, MOSSAD, Mossad. Israel Mossad. Okay. Which airline placed an order for 500 Airbus 320 planes with a family of planes actually, with Airbus, making it the world's largest ever single tranche. A tranche is an installment aircraft acquisition. Indigo. It's a company that's owned by a holding company named Interglobe. Interglobe is a company. Interglobe Aviation is a company that owns Indigo. The Indigo CEO is Peter Elbers. What's his name? Elbers. Yeah. Peter Elbers. Peter. Peter Elbers. Lufthansa is a German airline. Etihad is the main airline of the UAE. It's called what's called flag carrier. Okay. It is owned by the capital Abu Dhabi, the Kingdom of Abu Dhabi. Emirates, Dubai. Delta is an American airline. Okay. Which national football team, which national football men's team clinched the 2023 Intercontinental Cup at Kalinga Stadium in Bhubaneswar? India. Not many teams had participated. 4 had participated. India won. India was a winner. Okay. Lebanon was a runner-up. And you should know that the best player of the tournament was a guy called Jingan. What is his name here? Sandesh Jingan. Best player of the tournament, Sandesh Jingan. Sandesh Jingan. Okay. Fair. You know what is India's rank in world football? 101. Yes. FIFA, as per the FIFA, India is ranked 101. Which of the following buildings and structures in Telangana have been selected for the London-based green organization's International Green Apple Awards for beautiful buildings? Mojamjahi Market, Durgam Cheruvu Cable Bridge, B.R. Ambedkar, all of them actually. This is a most beautiful temple. It was a very small structure, but the government of Telangana has invested a lot, time, energy, money, everything. They turned it into a beautiful temple, my friends. Yeah, it's pretty close to Hyderabad. So it's been built on the lines of Tirumala. Sorry, guys. In Tirupati, Tirumala, Tirupati. Who scripted history by winning the men's doubles title at the 2023 Indonesia Badminton Open? It's an Indonesian Open Badminton Championship. The men's doubles winner were these guys. Why don't we write singles? Men's singles. I'm going to giving the names of the winners only. Men's singles. Victor Axelsen, who is from Denmark. Women's single. What's the name here? There's Chinese. Chen Yufei. Chen Yufei of China. Then men's doubles, you could say men's doubles here. You can write here or right here. Women's doubles. Baek Ho Na and Lee So-hee. I know, bit of a tough thing. Both South Korea, both from South Korea. So men's winners, women's winner, men's doubles winner, women's doubles winners. This tournament was held in the capital Jakarta. The Reserve Bank of India gave its nod for the reappointment of P. N. Vasudevan as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Equitas Small Finance Bank. Okay, Utkarsh Small Finance Bank is run by Govind Singh. Govind Singh. Ujjivan. Itira Das. Itira Das. Then Isaf Paul Thomas, right here. Paul Thomas. Suryodaya Small Finance Bank. Bhaskar Babu Ramachandran. Bhaskar Babu Ramachandran. Evident recently backed a $100 million deal to deliver 2 supercomputers to India. It's a French company. But what are these supercomputers for? Who are they meant for? One is for IITM, which is the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, IIT Madras. The second is for the National Center for Medium you write in full, my friends. National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting. National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting. Yeah. Where is this? This is in Noida. National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting. So basically these 2 supercomputers are being bought for weather modeling. Weather modeling and climate and forecasting. climate modeling and forecasting, and climate research, and climate research, and climate research. To take space cooperation to new heights, with which nation did India recently sign the historic Artemis Accord? US, I think we discussed in the last class. Artemis is is a moon exploration program. The major aim is to set a permanent base on the moon, and from there, use it as a base to launch Mars missions. The first Artemis rocket was launched recently. The second would be an orbit rocket. It will be manned but orbital only. And the third would be a soft landing where humans would go to the moon, basically, would land on the moon. That's the idea. Yeah. It's a $93 billion project, my friends. It's a very expensive project. NASA is launching this along with the European Space Agency, the Canadian Space Agency, and the Japanese Space Agency called JAXA, which is the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. I repeat, Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. Okay, plus National Aeronautics and Space Administration, plus European Space Agency, plus Canadian Space Agency. 4 space agencies have come together to launch this Artemis program. Okay. Name the submersible that was in news recently when all of its 5 members on board died after it imploded near the site where the British passenger liner Titanic sank in 1912. This is where the Titanic sank. Okay. And this particular submersible, the Titan, it was called Titan. Okay. This, it had 5 members, one Britisher, one father-son duo, Pakistani origin, the owner, and then the navigator. So 3 passengers actually in total. But it is believed that after 1 hour 45 minutes of going below the ocean surface, it actually imploded because of, it's believed to be a failure in pressure hull. The hull, basically, it imploded, basically. The pressure was too much to bear and it imploded. It killed all the 5 passengers. Okay. This Titan was owned by a company called Ocean Gate. And Ocean Gate is owned by Stockton Rush. He also died in this. Stockton Rush. Tragic. Pretty tragic. So the Titanic sank on its maiden voyage. It started from England, okay, in April 11th it started. It sank on 15th April. Just a few kilometers away from New York, a few hundred kilometers. It hit an iceberg. See, the character of an iceberg is, let's say this is the ocean, okay, surface. If the iceberg is visible, the visible iceberg is this much, it will be 9 times bigger down, basically. So 9/10 of an iceberg is hidden. Yeah. So the ship collided with it, and slowly over the next 2.5 hours, it sank, killed 1,500 of the 2,200 passengers. 2,200 passengers were there. 1,500 died on that. That's tragic. Yeah. That's all from me, Bharat C. Jain. Have a lot of fun. Stay curious.